method means here is we are going to be taking as a different type of the preservative method for the preservation of the food product. So what are the different type of the methods can be used? That is known as the combined method technology. So here Leisner in 1976 firstly invented by the Hartley technology. So why we need to study about the Hartley technology? So what is the main reason? So nowadays what consumers will be demanding for the fresh, natural and then minimally processed food products. So what is meant by minimally processed food products? Minimally processed food products. It is nothing but ready to eat. Okay. So ongoing trend has been eat out and consume ready to eat foods. Now ecology roots for microbial growth have emerged. So based on these one, different type of the microorganisms will be growing because of while going to be eating ready to food. So in that one, mainly it will be leads to the causing of the microorganisms because of what type of the preservatives we are going to be add. Based on that one only it can be controlled by the microorganisms. Next. So what is the main principle involved in the Hartley technology? So the main principle is involving as preservative factors. Preservative factor. While preservation, how much amount of the moisture content is there, how much amount of the water activity level is there any growth of microorganisms are possible or not. So while adding the different type of the preservative. Example for the preservatives. What are the different type of the preservatives can be used for the storage of the food? For example, we can take for the pickles, we can add some salt. So salt can be acted as a preservative. So different type of the preservatives can be going to be adding for the food products here. Food product. So what are the preservative products? What type of the preservatives we have taken? Based on that preservative, what type of different factors we can observe while processing the food. So and then Hartley disturb the homeostasis of microorganisms. So at what phase the microorganisms will be grown. Next, microorganisms should not be able to jump over all the hurdles present in the food products. So what type of microorganism? Due to the addition of, especially some of the preservatives can be control the growing of the microorganism. That's why while the food preservation process, the microorganisms will not be jump over growing of the microorganism. That means in the total amount of the food product, while the action of the preservatives, due to the action of the preservatives will be acts as a key role. That's why it will be controlling the growth of the microorganism. That's why whatever the food product is there, the microorganism will not be spread. That means it will not be leads to the causing of the any type of the microorganism growth in that food product due to the action of the preservatives. Next, preservative factors prevents microorganisms from multiplying and then causing them to remain inactive or even die. Based on the action of the preservatives, it will be leads to the causing of the microorganism. The growth of the microorganisms will be retards. That means whatever the microorganisms will be grow, that will be completely killed by that preservatives. Because of different type of the chemicals while preserving the food products. That's why only we are adding as the different type of the preservative for the long life shelf purpose and in whatever the microorganisms can be going to be killing in the processing of the preservation. The Hartley concept illustrates the complex interaction of the temperature, water activity, and then pH. Based on the temperature, at what temperature we should go for the preservation process. So generally different type of the techniques can be used for the preservation method. So in this one mainly in last classes we discussed about the freezing methods, deep frying methods, cryogenic, baking, cooking, whatever. During this process, how to we can control the microorganism. So in this one also depends on how much amount of the temperature we are going to be maintaining. Okay, so different type of the food products can be having different type of the temperature. The temperature should be maintained for food products preservation. So due to that temperature also, it will not be leads to the causing of the microorganism. If the temperature is going to be high, then the water activity level, that is the moisture content level, will be going to be increased. That's why it will be easily leads to the causing of the microorganism. That's why the main factor is that it will be going to be interacting with the temperature and then water activity and then pH level. That should be maintained very clearly at very particular temperature and then particular pH. pH is nothing but whatever the preservative we are going to be added, based on that one only we can adjust the pH level. For example, if you are going to be adding as a salt compound or any type of the preservative, that preservative or salt compounds whatever, that can be going to be acts as a acidic nature or basic nature. Based on the what type of the preservative we are going to be added, based on that one only we have to maintain the pH of that particular food products. Next. So here are potential hurdles that can be present in the food preservation. What are the different type of the potential hurdles? So mainly we can going to maintain the high temperature. Okay. So for example, pasteurization. In general, pasteurization can be used for only for the milk products. So that milk products mild heat treatment, that is mild temperature, can be maintained for the pasteurization technique. So here for example, at 63 degrees C or up to 30 minutes and then 100 degrees C for 12 seconds. So in general, pasteurization should be occurred at the temperature should be maintained by, if you are going to be maintaining as the less temperature, higher time, then higher temperature should be maintained at less time. Okay, less temperature means we can go for the long time. Higher temperature means we can go for short time. That's why they have mentioned as 63 degrees for the 30 minutes. If you are going to be maintaining the temperature is 100 degrees C, then it will be taken only 12 seconds for the mild treatment. So high product quality can be improved by this pasteurization method. Due to the treatment of high treatment, whatever the microorganisms is there, that can be easily killed. Next, destroys the vegetative pathogens, that is disease causing microbes. Microbes is nothing but here yeast, E. coli, whatever the microorganisms will be grown, that can be killed by using this pasteurization method, that is a high temperature method. Next, reduces total microbial load, increases the shelf life. Reduces the microbial growth, that's why it will be leads to the increase the shelf life of the food product. Next, it does not destroy the spores, dormant stage of some bacteria. Starting stage of the small bacteria that does not going to be killed by using this pasteurization method. Next, usually combined with other hurdles, that is by going for the refrigeration also, we can observe different type of the microorganisms will be grown. Because of their in the refrigeration method, we can use only at very low temperature, that is in the freezing method. By using the refrigeration only we can going for the preservation by the only freezed food materials. That's why at very low temperature we can't going to disturb that whatever the microorganism. That means we can't kill the microorganisms at very low temperature. Only through the pasteurization method, how much temperature we should maintain. Based on that only the microorganisms will be taken. Next, sterilization method. So sterilization also used for the cleaning of the microorganisms. Before any type of the glassware we can use, first it will be go for the sterilization method, or we can use hot water for the cleaning purpose. Any type of vessels like that, any one we can use. First of all, it will be going to cleaning with the hot water. That is the sterilization method. So in this one, complete destruction of the microorganism. By using the sterilization method, completely destruct the microorganism. Severe heat treatment can be taken. So as per the pasteurization method, we can use only mild temperature can be maintained. But the temperature is very low, then it will be prolonged time. That means it takes a long time. If the temperature is high, that is only at the short time. But here is severe heat treatment can be taken. At that temperature only, whatever the microorganisms is there, that can be easily killed by at higher temperature. That's why here is in the sterilization process, the minimum temperature should be maintained as 121.1 degrees C, approximately 120 degrees C. Okay, so here destroys as the spores. Small spores can be formed later. In that spores, microorganisms will be grown. That's why first of all, initial stage, it will be forming as a small amount of the pores, whatever the liquid or solid, whatever the food product is there. In that one, firstly it can be going to formation as a spores before growing of the microorganisms or any type of the bacteria. Firstly it can be formed as a one of the spores and that layer, one of the layer. Some small type of the holes will be formed. Later the microorganisms will be grown. Okay. So in the initial stage, by going for the sterilization, that's why it can be going to be destroy the spores. Next, gives as a shelf stable product. Okay, and then some nutrient, quality destruction, color, flavor, texture. Because of at a high temperature, whatever the color will be going to be changing. That is, color will be going to be changes as a faded. Next, nutritional value also going to be decreases at high temperature. That's why whatever the nutritional values is there, that can be going to be changed. Next, flavor and then texture. At high temperature, the flavor and then texture also change. That is about the sterilization process. Next one, blanching method. So blanching means, what is the use of blanching? Before we are going to be using any type of the foods, that is a fruits or vegetable, first we are going to be cleaning with the hot water. That is the blanching method. So in that hot water, that is this one hot water. Why we are using as a hot water means here whatever the microorganisms that is present on the layer of the fruits or vegetable, that can be easily killed by using that hot water. And then we have to soak for some time whatever the vegetables or fruits before we are going to be consuming. First of all, it can be soaked in the hot water, including with the whatever salt and some of the turmeric can be also used before we are going to be consuming. What is the main purpose is, why we are using as the hot water is, here is, if any microorganisms can be present on the layer of the fruits or vegetable, that can be easily killed. Okay. So that's why blanching also one of the pasteurization method here. So it can be mainly applied for the fruits and the vegetables. So primarily applied to inactivate natural enzymes. Primarily it can be used for the inactivation of the natural enzymes. Next, commonly practiced when food is to be frozen. Mainly whatever the frozen foods is there, before that frozen foods can be consumed, before that one we have to go for the blanching method. In general, whatever the marketed available frozen foods are there, that can be first of all going to be taken in the that means soaked in the hot water. Then only whatever the different type of the enzymes or different type of the microorganisms is there, that can be going to be killed. And then another more one is, here is another important thing is, whenever we are going to be soaking process, whatever the frozen food is in that frozen food generally will be having the whatever the width, that means size, and then color is also going to be faded. Whenever we are going to be soaked in the hot water, the color sometimes the color may reappear, and then whatever the size is going to be shrink, that will be enlarged. That's why we can mainly the frozen foods also before consuming, we can go for the soaking with the hot water. Next, depending its severity also destroys the microorganisms. Okay, that is about the blanching method. This blanching method can be mainly used for the fruits and the vegetables. Next, so effect of the heat and aerobic and then anaerobic mesophilic bacteria, yeast and then mouse. So how the heat process can be affected by the different type of the microorganisms. So here for example, mesophilic bacteria, yeast and then E. coli. These are the different type of the microorganisms. So heat can be going to be taken while going for the pasteurization or sterilization or any type of blanching method, whatever. So how the heat can be going to be affected on the different type of the microorganisms. So here vegetative cells as well as viruses are destroyed at temperature 60 to 80 degrees C. So under here is, as per the pasteurization method, we can use mild temperature, that is 60 degrees C can be taken as 30 minutes, that is a half an hour. If you are going to be taken as the highest temperature, that is a 120 degrees C, next it can be maintained at only 12 seconds. If you are going to be taken as the highest temperature, less time. If less temperature can be taken, then it will be going to be highest time. So higher temperature may be needed for killing of thermophilic microorganisms. Thermophilic means heat resistant microorganisms. Okay, that type of microorganisms can be going to be killed by using the highest temperatures. Next, vegetative cells are killed in 10 minutes at 100 degrees C. Vegetative cells. That means whatever the vegetative cell is there, that is the layer of the vegetable. Different type of the microorganisms is there on the vegetable. So that vegetative cells can be going to be killed in 10 minutes at 100 degrees C temperature. And many spores that can be going to be killed in 30 minutes at 100 degrees C. How can we observe that spores? Spores is nothing but outermost layer we have to take it, either in the fruits or vegetables, whatever, that can be having some holes. Okay, so in that holes only, that is the main platform for the growing of the microorganisms. That will also going to be spoiled at 30 minutes by maintaining the temperature is 100 degrees. Okay, next. So potential hurdles in food preservation. What are the main potential hurdles that is observed in the food preservation? Low temperature. So when we are going to be taking as a higher temperature, so the high temperature can be going to be in the processing of the pasteurization method, sterilization method and the blanching method. When we are going to be taking as a low temperature. So at low temperature, we can maintain only low temperature can be maintained at refrigeration method. So in that refrigeration, ideally 0 degrees to 4 degrees. Already we discussed about at what temperature different type of the frozen materials can be used. So 0 to 4 degrees C. Most of the foods can be going to be stored in the refrigeration process 0 degrees C to 4 degrees C. So short-term preservation. So in this refrigeration method, mainly we can use short terms, only from days to weeks. Mainly here is different type of the frozen materials, we can keep it some days to weeks by using the refrigeration. High product quality, that is how we can give the high product quality means fresh and then minimally processed sauces by fresh and then minimally processes different type of the sauces. Next, slows down the microbial growth, respiration, enzyme and then chemical reaction. Because of your at low temperature, it will not be leads to the causing of the microorganisms easily. Because of whatever we are going to be adding due to the presence of the different type of the food colors and then different type of the preservatives, different type of the frozen materials are there. That's why it can be easily slows down the microbial growth and then respiration, enzyme and then chemical reactions. Due to that chemical reactions only, it will be going to formation of the different type of the microorganisms. Next, some pathogens can be also grown. For example, see Botulinum type, that is a Listeria. That is one type of the pathogen that can be easily grown on refrigeration temperature. That is a 0 degrees C to 4 degrees C temperature. That is the lowest temperature. Next, freezing method. Freezing. So different type of the freezing methods can be already we discussed. So in this one, mainly freezing method, the temperature should be maintained at minus 18 degrees C to minus 30 degrees C. So here quantity can be depends on what type of product we are going to be taken, how much time it will be going to be freeze. The quality of the product can be mainly depends on how much amount of the time can be taken for the frozen and then at what temperature we are going to be frozen, that is minus 80 degrees C to minus 30 degrees C. And then long term preservation also there, by using the preservative method, freezing method, we can go for the long time. So in that one, long time is nothing but some months to years. slows down the chemical reactions. And then it can be going to be must have the good packaging, because of whenever it can be having the good packaging, then only it will not be leading to the causing of the microbial growth. Because of it can't be having any type of the good packaging means whenever we are going to be freezing method, whatever the water activity is there, water content can be present on the layer of the packaging material, then it will be slowly react with the food material, then the moisture content will be also increases in the food material, finally it will be leads to the causing of the microorganisms. That is in the freezing method. Next, potential hurdles in the food preservation. So mainly what are the hurdles that can be observed in the food preservation?